It's common knowledge that people of color don't have the same access to information, funding, and resources when it comes to starting and building a business. I founded the Black Entrepreneurs Network and this show to let you know that some information is closer than you think. You just need to be able to access it. In this week's episode, I'm excited to introduce a scientist to you that's going to let you know about some resources and some information that you could use to build your business. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome to this week's edition of Entrepreneur Insider. I am your host and the founder of the Black Entrepreneurs Network, Tia Robertson. As always, this is the show that brings you entrepreneurs and individuals of color that you need to know about to enhance your life, your business, and your community. This week is no exception. This week's featured entrepreneur is a scientist. How many Black scientists do you know? But she also has the amazing distinction of being a woman-owned founder. She has a background in infectious disease and has an amazing skincare line. Okay, so I don't want to confuse you. I want you to learn all about Kaneal. She's going to tell you about her background, who she can help, and here's a hint. It's all of you. So don't think this is going to be over your head or just for techies or people with a specialized background. If you have a business, if you need help starting your business, if you not sure how to pass some of those government regulations, or even if your business just needs to pass regulations, right? If you're just not even sure about how to set up your business, then she's the person that you absolutely need to get to know. Now, stay tuned and let me know your thoughts at the end of this video. Here's Kaneal. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's interview with our featured entrepreneur, Kaneal Oliver Keels. And hopefully I'm pronouncing her name correctly. She is an infectious disease scientist and serial entrepreneur. She's the founder of Our Immunovation, Inc., the first, which is important, Black women-owned process development firm, where she leads a team of 6 with her expertise in highly regulated infectious disease agents and technology transfer to ethically bring therapies to market. She is also a co-founder of Water Skincare, a Black woman-owned luxury skincare line where she develops, formulates, and tests spa-grade products. She applies the scientific method to everyday questions and challenges, whether simple or complex. And her guiding principle is finding the best pathway forward, doing the most good. So welcome, Kaneal. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Yes, definitely. And let me just start off by saying I love your hair and the color.
It's custom. If any, I get my hair colored and done still in my hometown.
Okay.
The lady who does my hair has been doing it through all of its journey for the last 10 years, and it's a custom color. So everyone, when you're in Baltimore, hit up Celebrity Stylist. I didn't even realize it until she did Cat Williams's hair.
Wow. Okay.
Flawless Hair Studio LLC. Her
Oh,
name's Timmy.
cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you for shouting her out. It's always funny. So it's like when I used to live in Baltimore and I had a heck of a time trying to find somebody good. And now that I'm not there, you have an amazing recommendation. That's okay. When I go back and visit, I'll have to check her out. So thank you.
She travels. She
Oh,
travels.
does she?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to check her out, especially because I'm in Florida. So a lot of times people do travel, yeah, to Florida. So yeah, I'll definitely have to check her out. Because yeah, my hair is, and it's funny. I had color and it's growing out. Now it's just back to black. So, but I need to get some hair color. So cool.
Absolutely.
And then I have a family, my brother, cousins, a ton of people actually who have locks, and they love it. They're like, you should get locks. And I'm like, no, I'm good. But I always love them on everyone else. So, okay, perfect.
Love it.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. Okay, so tell us about your business. What do you do? Who is your customer or target audience, and how do you help them?
Okay, so let's start with who my target audience is. So I have different levels of work that I do with different people. So an everyday inventor entrepreneur who has an idea, especially if it's skincare, if it's nutraceuticals, I've even done a little bit of consulting with cannabis. If
Okay.
you have questions regarding how to possibly set up your business in that way, considering I have a MBA as well as a scientific degree, and you need a way to understand what the pathway forward is, then I can help you with that kind of business level planning, answering questions, looking to see if you're going to run into any type of regulations, because most entrepreneurs don't understand that there are regulations regarding what you're doing, especially if you're looking at edibles and cannabis, um, sunscreen, those things do have, and even food do have regulations that you have to abide by. That's not all where I stop. I also help people who already have prototypes or maybe are going from a small batch method of preparing their products to a larger batch so that they can more effectively free up some cash flow, and also there are different things that you can do on a small batch that you can't do on a large batch. That's called process development. I also help them with their process development. And then, of course, if you have millions of dollars and you're doing a pharmaceutical that you're injecting in and you need FDA approval, I help you make sure that you have what you think you have and that it's going to clear FDA approval the first time. So, me being a FDA approver at one point in my career, I kind of know what they're going to look for and I can tell based on the data.
Yes, definitely. I love that because a lot of people do not have that background. How did you? What did you study in school, or how did you get that background where you gained that experience?
So, a very long time ago, I was down in Hotlanta when everybody else was down in Hotlanta.
Mhm.
And I went to a school that no longer exists. It is called Southern Polytechnic State University.
Okay.
And they are a subsidiary of Georgia Tech, or at least they were at that time.
Okay.
Now they're part of Kennesaw State, and I'm kind of giving them the side eye as a potential. I would have been an alum, but I didn't finish there. Did go to Georgia Tech for a little while, and then traveled the world with the military, both as a former military spouse and as being in myself. Got back home to Maryland, where I'm from, because I'm a native Baltimorean,
Okay.
and studied going through the CCBC, what used to be UMUC route,
Right.
biotechnology, and biomanufacturing. So
Okay.
I have a bachelor's of technical professional sciences in biomanufacturing and biotechnology. And then I went and worked in the field, going through NIAMS, NIAD, all the way through all the NIH, FDA, CDC, USAMRID, you name it, lots of government entities where I got bench experience and infectious disease experience. I worked on Ebola, malaria, the vaccine that crosses the placental barrier, H1N1, and the swine flu. So I have a lot of, and those are all the ones I can talk about. So
Yeah.
I have a lot of experience that way.
Yes, that is great because it's not often that we, especially in our community, meet professionals that have a varied background, right? Like, we do. There's a ton of people that they want to always kind of make this example. There's everyone that wants to start a lash business or a lip gloss business, but they don't take the time to actually reach out to someone who can tell them the science behind it, make sure that it's safe, maybe even give them tips for successfully not just running their business, but differentiating themselves to help their client a little bit more than just the average, person. And then just scientists in general, right? That are going to help us understand the theory behind things and testing and getting approved. So I'm absolutely glad that we were able to feature you. And I know a couple people that are interested in the cannabis industry, so I know they'll be interested in reaching out to you. I'm glad you mentioned that um, during this episode. So, okay. And I know you mentioned, in addition to, I guess you have two businesses, should I say? And so, who is your luxury skincare line designed for? Where can we find that online as well?
You can. So you can go to www.watered, like past tense, watering a garden, bodycare.com.
Okay.
And you can purchase there. It's all the way live right now. And it is for mature skin and women of deeper skin tones. It is literally a body wrap in a bottle. So we teach you how to do it on both my Facebook page and my partner and co-founders page. We walk you through it. I tend to take you into my bathroom and literally show you how to do it and answer all your questions live because I am more personable, supposedly. I'm not. I just like to answer all the questions. So you get some really great interactions with me because you can definitely catch me off guard. I had one that asked me, "Well, is this for men?" Yes, it can be for men. It is spa grade. It definitely works with all the melanin and the mature skin. It gets rid of the strawberry skin and that kind of greasy, flaky ashiness that we get sometimes. This won't give you that, and you'll look glowing and youthful. My co-founder, she is almost 50, and she looks amazing. And with me being in my 40s, most people don't give me a day over 25.
I know, yeah, because you look
So
amazing. Yeah, so definitely. I love that. And I like that you said it's for the mature, deeper tones. I love that, the description because it tells us absolutely who it can benefit. But even though I'm sure there's some people with some lighter tones and some younger people that can benefit from it as well.
let
So,
me tell you, that you have to hide it from the band.
yeah,
The,
exactly.
and it's we have different price points, so
Okay.
that's something that can be done. It ranges from 70 to 280, but if you get the big package, then it comes in a cute little box. And I was hoping it was going to be here, but it didn't get here in time for me to show it to you. So
Okay.
I will come back maybe with my co-founder and
Yes,
we'll talk about that.
absolutely. Yes, we'd love to have you back, definitely. But we will make sure that we at least share the website and everything else so people can check it out in the meantime. So
Yes.
perfect. Okay, so um, let's kind of, if we go back to our, and I have to make sure I say it slow, Immunovation, right? Inc.
Our Immunovation Inc.
Yeah,
Yes.
perfect. Okay. Thank you. So, if you kind of think about actually both industries, right, that you work in, and I know there's probably some similarities in both, what are some common myths that you hear frequently that you're like, I wish I could get the truth out about that if only people knew this?
Well, there has been a big push lately for University of Florida's Innovate Center and the University at Shady Grove and some of these think tanks. They are looking to push underrepresented minorities into STEM,
Hmm.
and they think it's not a problem of people being interested. And a common misunderstanding about that is that as you go in STEM, as especially a woman of color, but any woman, it is hard to break through and actually be a technical professional They tend to want to steer us into administrative roles, and then we don't usually have the connections and the skill set, supposedly, to break through the glass ceiling. So that's the one thing. And I know that my sisters, who are brilliant but may not be STEM persons, right? Maybe they don't have a formal degree. I've been hearing you and I've been championing you in these closed door meetings that you didn't even need to hear from. And Maryland and the universities Exchange Grow specifically, they have a program for you. If you are not degreed, you don't have to be degreed, where they're going to help usher you into science and bio manufacturing and solving those type of technical problems. And they have industry partners, including me, but AstraZeneca and GSK are going to be in there. There's some other places that they're going to help get you in. So I'm looking forward to that not only coming out, but the state of Maryland is trying to pioneer it. But I have a sneaky suspicion that you all down, your watchers down in North Carolina and Florida are going to be able to have just a little bit more. Plus, I'm a little biased because I am a mentor for the University of Florida's Innovation Center. So you get me as a business mentor on call, a couple times a month for almost a year.
Oh, wow. Okay. And then, so can people outside, like for example, in Texas or Kansas or someplace, can they also benefit from this program, or do they have to be in Maryland?
You don't have to be in Maryland, but they're spearheading it here.
Okay.
So it's going to be rolled out industry wide by the end of next year. Because this is, like I said, this came from a think tank piece. I happen to be one of, I think, 18 companies that were invited, and I was extremely outspoken. And, I always say that your gift makes room for you. So I literally got a chance to say something to the lieutenant governor of the state of Maryland and the secretary, and I want to say it was labor, but it could be commerce for the state of Maryland as well. So I'm definitely championing, apprenticeships and on the job training and making sure that people who may not have had an opportunity to come in a regular path get an opportunity to still be a part of that in the STEM world. But as far as the makeup world, there are opportunities for us there. These companies are looking to partner with brands. Now, I would tell people to be careful because you have to understand what that actually means. Partnership is not a dirty word, but it may not give you the controlling interest. And I heard Kevin O'Leary say today, or it may have been a couple of days ago, that you should work within your strength. If you are a founder and your strength is not contracting, bring someone in who can contract so that you grow your business.
Yeah.
It's really important to do those things. We can't do all, we can't be all. And not only is that a lesson that I have learned, but I am still learning. So that is my piece of advice for both industries.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love how you shared information that can really help everyone in different industries and also just different levels of business or expertise. And I know one of your passions and one ways that you give back is as being a mentor. If there's anyone that listens to this and they want more information, like maybe they're like, oh, I'm not really sure if STEM, is for me, or, I'm not really sure which direction, can they still reach out to you and get questions about, how you can mentor them or what resources you can kind of share them that may be in their wheelhouse?
Absolutely. I tell everybody operations with the S at immunovation.biz. I'm sure they're going to link that, but I answer the majority of my emails. Now, I'm not always fast, and sometimes you'll get an email response from my cheeky.
Yeah.
My sister is extremely cheeky, Or if I've had people also call because I do keep my things on your, that's something that can happen. Don't be surprised if my son, one of my sons happens to be my assistant.
That's the way we should do it, though. Yes,
I'm
exactly. Employ our children. Yes.
So just don't be surprised. But I do end up answering, and 100%. There have been many people. I'm on Clubhouse. I'm She Double CEO. So I have a sense of humor, kind of tongue in cheek thing about it. But because of that, I get a whole lot of email. So just be patient with me. I will definitely get to you, especially if you say, "Hey, mentorship," put something like that in the line, so it'll catch my attention, and I definitely will see not only what I can do, but I do tend to connect people as
Okay.
well.
Perfect, which is important, and we definitely need to do more of that in our community. um, which is why we have this platform, because I'm like, we need to share some people, get them out there so they can get exposure, but then also they can share their resources. So when it comes to marketing strategy, everyone always just thinks of Facebook, LinkedIn, not even LinkedIn as much sometimes, but Instagram, TikTok. But there's a lot more strategy, like you mentioned. Clubhouse, there's some offline strategies. Some people, there's email, there's networking, there's flyer. There's so many marketing strategies. What have you found to be really effective for your businesses in reaching your target audience?
So this is where partnership really comes in. So my co-founder of Water, she is a marketing genius. She has millions of followers. They've been following her for quite a long time. She's extremely controversial, in a good way, I think, but not everybody would agree with that. However, she is so amazing at it. So I'm still learning with
Yeah.
that. Luckily for my science firm, because I have so many industry contacts anyway, and a lot of the what we would call forward facing or public facing documents, when I worked at FDA, I did do a lot of writing of those. So there are times when people, they look at it and they go, "But you sound like that document." I'm like, "Well, what document is it?" And they send it to me and I go, "Oh, I wrote it." If you look, there goes my initials in the bottom, little teeny tiny print. So that gives me credibility. Um, Being connected, I do only take a certain amount of jobs, at least at this moment. I am looking for a bigger facility because I'm looking to start training and doing apprenticeships and opening it up to people like us. So
Okay.
I'm learning things, and as I learn them, I'm making sure that I have pathways
Mhm.
to help others break into this, because I just think you need one chance.
Yeah, I like that. And I like how, you mentioned the importance of having more than one strategy, definitely including, and I think a couple times you mentioned the importance of having partnerships, having relationships with people, for the sake of marketing. But like you said, sharing information, outsourcing information, and helping other people grow. That's really what's important. And it touches on, the networking, which is why my organization was founded. There's so many benefits of networking that I really want entrepreneurs, especially people of color, if they're not an entrepreneur, if they're just individual, to understand, there's so many benefits, from jobs to opportunities to partnerships and projects, and I can go on and on, but okay. So you mentioned that you are on Clubhouse. What other, just because we do want to share at least your social media, what other platforms are you on? And you're welcome to share the usernames. But like I said, we'll make sure that we link it to this interview as well.
So I am on LinkedIn under Kaneal Oliver Keels. You'll see me in a different hairstyle, but I'm definitely there. You can look at the business on Instagram. There are a couple of me actually doing some work in the laboratory with other people. You'll see one of my other assistants. He has moved on. he became a great music teacher. So I,
Okay.
if
Yeah.
if you have the aptitude and you want to learn, I don't care what your background is. I can teach you how to sample. I can teach you how to what they call aliquot, which is take things and put it into smaller quantities. I can teach you how to make things. I can teach you the skills. I just need you to have a good attitude about learning how to do it.
Okay.
So that's a great thing there. And then that's pretty much most of it besides being on Clubhouse. I'm not there all the time, but I have people that shoot me messages all the time. We used to have a YouTube, but if you want to do watered, go look for Watered Body Care, and that's also on Instagram and YouTube. I believe is should be up and running as well. So
Okay.
I'm not usually the face on those two, but I am one of the people who are looking at the comments and making responses and using that to guide maybe the demonstrations of the product and the Q&A.
Okay. Perfect. That's great to know. And oh, excuse me. Do you have any events, webinars, speaking engagements, or anything like that coming up? I know you mentioned the STEM program that we can look out for, but is there anything else that you'd like to share with us at this time that we can either follow you or tell people about to support you?
So I will be doing I guess it would be a test, like a testifying thing, like a testimonial for the Maryland Tech Council. So you'll be able to look at that very soon. I believe that it will be in September because they meet quarterly,
Okay.
where I will be advocating for entrepreneurs of color.
Oh,
Um, and small entrepreneurs to see if we can establish some type of financial fund that will not be able to be tapped into uh, for bigger businesses. It's specifically earmarked for smaller ones. I've been kind of working back and forth with that secretary about, kind of throwing these ideas out and seeing if we can get it as part of a philanthropy thing from the state that is different than their venture capitalist fund, because this is not, you're not even there yet. And most people don't understand the difference between pre-seed, friends and family round, Series A, Series B, as you can as you go up and you raise capital. So that's really important. This is, pre-seed money where you haven't even proved your concept yet. So that's really important.
I really like that you mentioned that because you're right. A lot of us don't understand that. I was listening to there was a seminar or something a couple months ago with Kim Lewis of Curl Mix, and that was one of the things that she was really talking about, and how a lot of us just aren't aware of that. So I'm glad to hear that you are another resource that can answer a lot of those questions, because that is something that people are like, how do I get funding? And I'm like, you really need to know people that can give that information to you and help kind of guide you to getting accurate information. So that's good to know. Do you share a lot of this on your website? So if anyone, if we follow you on your website, we can say, oh, okay, this was, is coming up in September. So we need to make sure we support Kaneal and make sure that we learn about what's going on.
So there are updates. They're done about every 10 or 15 days. So right now it's been lagging because of the summer and just not having enough hands on deck as we're starting to go through another set of a growth phase. But it will be on there. It is definitely on LinkedIn. It is definitely will be blogged about. So don't, if they don't have it, look for Instagram, look on LinkedIn. I will make sure that my assistants, including my sons, are answering these questions when they're posted for me, because I do not post most of the time. It's not me posting on the Instagram. It's just I want to make sure that I have a fresh head. So I
Yeah.
make sure that I don't, because I like the foolishness. If they want to follow me and just interact with me, send me memes. I love it. All of them. It makes my day go by faster and I just laugh all the time.
We all need
So
laughter. We all need laughter. It keeps us young and gives us longer life. So I definitely agree with you. So Well, thank you so much, Kaneal, for allowing me to feature you, telling us all about our Immunovation ink and watered skincare. I definitely encourage everyone to connect with Kaneal, check out her websites, and follow her on social media. And don't forget to share her with your community. So, thank you so much. I hope you have a great afternoon, and I look forward to talking with you again soon.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Thank you for having me.
For more information about our entrepreneur feature or anything in this episode, be sure to check the show notes down below if you're on YouTube, or email me at info@theblackentrepreneursnetwork.com. I want to feature you or an entrepreneur that you know. So if you'd like to be featured in an upcoming episode, or if you want to sponsor an episode and get more publicity for your business, email me at info@theblackentrepreneursnetwork.com. As always, this show is brought to you in partnership with Relationship Entertainment Television. Be sure to check out their full lineup of positive, engaging, and educational programming. You can check them out on their website, on re-tv.net, on their Roku app, and of course on YouTube and Facebook. There's some other places as well, so be sure to check them out. They're always looking for content creators as well. So if you have any questions about that, be sure to reach out to their founder. As always, thank you for watching this episode. I hope that it has helped you out in some way in your life. Don't forget, I appreciate your support, but I also appreciate your shares. So subscribe to the channel, like and follow, and of course, share this with your community so that we can grow. We need to share more positivity every day and always. Until next week, thank you. Don't forget to be great.
Tune in to Millionaire Man Cave on Our Relationship Entertainment Television, Tuesdays at 8 p.m.
This is Tyron
and Nicole with your weekly RATV news break. Each Thursday at 12 noon Eastern, we'll come to you with the latest news, trends, and more with a positive spin.
We know there's a lot of positive news that doesn't get reported, but we want to give you the opportunity to share your story here on RATV. If you have a positive news story you want us to share, you can submit your story to news@re-tv.net.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Relationship Entertainment Television YouTube channel. Download the new RATV Live app on your mobile device and follow Relationship Entertainment Television on your favorite social media platform.
Don't forget, make sure you tune into the RATV News Break each Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Until then, be blessed and be great.
Welcome to What's Going On? My name is Demita Joe. Each Wednesday, you can find me here at 3 p.m. I'll be over here discussing different things that are going on and try to bring you a boost of positivity for your week, because we all need this. We're going to share some feel-good stories. We might find a hometown hero. We may take a look at some trending topic. And sometimes we might even find a lesson in a not-so-warm and fuzzy story if we can. I'm Damita Joe, and I'll see you guys on the next episode right here on What's Going On?
Hey, it's your girl Tia Robertson. I'm the host of Entrepreneur Insider. Right here on RETV every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern for entrepreneurs and news that you need to know about. See you there.